Hey guys, what's up? Just thought I'd give you a bit of a small update on what's going on. As of this past Friday evening, my mom's vacation up until August 19th is officially on the way. Now, like I said, and as I mentioned, a lot of things have changed, if you will, to kind of show that things are different during this summer break. Um, first of all, um, first of all, um, as you may have noticed yesterday, or this morning, I should say, I premiered a new video. On basically the abandoned and unused concepts of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book when it was under the Archie Comics license, and it was written by the likes of Ken Penders and Carl Bowles. Now, I did do another one that I was planning to premiere later today, but it took a little while to render, kind of produce, if you will, on the Cyber Power Director 14 software, so even at fast rendering, so I decided to hold off on it. I saved the file and I'm going to finish it when I get home. Now, I will premiere it later on, and so hopefully you guys will like that. Another thing, of course, that I did as far as videos are concerned is yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning, around that, I believe, that I did an audio video on Princess Sally, basically a Princess Sally retrospective, which was basically a response to somebody that you should check out here on YouTube, and that's Crystal Maiden 77, who does her reviews of everything Sonic related, from Archie Comics to, I think, the IDW books to basically the fan fiction comics and even the Fleetway comics. I mean, heck, when I talk about fan fiction, she even does reviews on Ian Flynn's earlier webcomic that he was working on, along with the fans' help and contributions, Other M, or Other Dash M, if you will. So so she does those kind of things. So she does reviews on that. She does reviews on Sonic Sat AM. She does reviews on, I think, on Underground. I think maybe even on Adventures. She's not afraid to give her opinion, whether people agree with it or not, because she's looking at it from a standpoint or a point of view of somebody that didn't necessarily grow up too much with these incarnations of Sonic, but caught up on them later on during her lifetime. So she didn't necessarily grow up on it too much. Like, she didn't grow up with Sat AM or the comics, but as she did grow and everything, she started to get into it and have an appreciation for, what the stories were about, what the characters brought to the table, stuff like that. So I would recommend checking her out. But like I said yesterday morning, to give you guys an example of what I talked about before in a channel update for this summer, or this upcoming summer actually going to be this tomorrow, I think. Wow, that's hard to believe. But anyway, I got up early in the morning and I did the audio video because that's the only real time I had. I got up around 6, got myself situated, and 6:37, between 6 and 7, because I was also off, and I got myself situated to the point that I turned on my computer, and I was able to, after letting it go through its phases and all that, I was able to do the audio portion of the video. The only problem with the voice recording option on my laptop on my HP laptop Fusion, Silva Fusion, I think that's what it's called, is the file is not compatible. The recording file is not compatible with Cyber Power Director, and that recording file is M4A. So what I have to do is go to online-converter.com or someplace like that and get it converted to MP3, which it does do, and it sounds great. So basically what I'm getting at is yesterday morning I had to get up really early to do that, as well as download some images and all that that I ended up using in the Sally retrospective. Now basically to coincide with that, or to relate to that, I also last night when I had the option, and you can kind of tell this when you take your time in listening to the video or the audio video, you can kind of tell that there's several times in the video, if not one time in the video, where I kind of pause, because I do pause once in a while to kind of get a drink of soda, drink of Pepsi, wake myself back up. But you might notice that during one of those kind of like pauses, little breaks I take before I unpause and resume, that my vocal sound, that the sound in my vocalness, if you will, or the vocal sound in my voice, I should say, goes from being what it is like right now to being just a little bit more quieter like this is before raising back up. I went from being like this to being just a little bit like this before I raised it back up. And the reason for that is because I was checking on my camera here, because my camera has the security app for my security system, my home security system, and I was able to see whether or not my mom was awake or she wasn't, because what my mom does late at night, whether she is working or she's not, is she lays down on the couch after she eats dinner and she relaxes, watches her programming. In fact, one of the things she likes to watch right now is Netflix's One Day at a Time, and then of course the Hallmark presentations of the Golden Girls and Frasier. Well, she ends up falling asleep doing all this. So what I did is I would check the camera for the living room to see whether or not she was awake. So if I knew she was awake, if I knew she was asleep, I should say, I would do my audio video, I would do an on-screen video, stuff like that. And what I would do, and you may have noticed this in several videos I've uploaded in the past, I would actually keep checking, my camera here, my phone here, and along with the app, or even check it on my TV, because our TV, our cable provider, gives us the option to check the security system on the television. So I would check it there as well to see whether or not she's awake or she isn't, because if she's awake, what I do is I pause like I did with the audio last night, or I just wait to kind of re-record and redo my on-camera video, because because of the fact that, and when I say this, God knows I don't mean any offense, because I do love my mom, but my mom has this sense to always, seemingly when she gets up, one of the things she likes to do is knock on my door and let me know about something, or ask me something or whatever. Or she just gets up, goes over into the hallway to the air conditioning to turn it off or set it at a certain pace or a certain degree, and then either go take her shower or go lie back down. So, or she gets up and gets a snack. And the thing about my mom is it's like she has a sixth sense about her, to where she'll know if you're doing something, and she'll be very curious about what you're doing. So my thing is, I didn't want her to wonder, Brian, what are you doing? Who are you talking to, kind of stuff, because she's very curious about stuff. So that's why sometimes I take these pauses or I go and do reshoots of my videos, and I got to get back into work, of my videos, because of the fact that I have to wait until she's asleep on the couch again, or she's taking a shower, or she's basically in bed, and then I take that opportunity, even if I do work the next day, hopefully it's not till later on in the morning, to do a video and then maybe catch some sleep. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous to some people watching, but that's just how it is with me. It's not that I have anything against my mom probably knowing what I'm doing. It's just she's the kind of person that, let's say I'm doing an on camera, or I'm doing a live stream, and let's say she walks in, she's not going to like the idea of her being seen on camera, and I would have to basically cancel the live stream. I'd have to redo it. Stuff like that. So anyway, like I said, to coincide with what I was talking about before I rambled a little off there, I should say. These are basically the reasons why, because it's the summer now and my mom is off, I have to rearrange the schedule like I said I would. Get up early in the morning, do some things, or wait till late at night to do some things, so there's no real problem. The only exceptions really is the fact that I end up doing PMVs, pony music videos, or AMVs, animated/anime music videos. Those are the only exceptions, because what I do, especially when my mom's home, is I put my headset/earphones over my head so I can listen to the music that I'm using, or I can listen back to my own audio recording to see if I have to redo it, or I have to add on to it, or something. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and let you know what's going on, and that basically the two videos you have seen recently pop up, the Sally retrospective and the abandoned and unused concepts video, as well as some videos even before then, like the Rainbow Road Trip, if you will, and the review of Last Crusade, the recent My Little Pony episode, were all done due to the fact that I had opportunities to do it when my mom was either asleep, or in case on Sunday she went to church. So just thought I'd again come on here and let you guys know what's going on, and just to let you know that some of the videos you've seen, especially the two more recent ones, are just an example, both day and night, if you will, of how things are going to be going. So just thought I'd let you know. I got to get back to work now, guys, and I will talk to you all later. God bless. Take care.